Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Fazana. Today we're talking about why motivation is a myth and what the alternative way is for getting things done every single time. So keep watching to find out what it is. To start at the beginning, what is motivation? What do we understand as motivation? So last year I read a book called The Motivation Myth by Jeff Haden. He defines motivation as a fire that starts burning after you've manually, painfully coaxed it into existence. So if you think about once you've achieved something, you've submitted a paper within deadline, you feel kind of this energy within you raring to go. So that's the kind of motivation we're talking about. Now, if you think about how we see motivation or how we think about motivation, initially you kind of think about, oh, I feel motivated to do something, I feel like working out, I feel like going for a run, or I feel like getting some revision done. So the consistent thing in here we're talking about is feeling. So we're kind of relying on something that's quite almost like an immature way of looking at something. You're thinking about, oh, I only do things when I feel like it. So essentially we're saying motivation is kind of out of our control. The locus of control sits outside of us. So then it becomes very difficult for us to motivate ourselves. So if motivation is something that's not within our control, not within our power, what we're saying is our productivity, our creativity, all of that is actually external to us because we can't motivate ourselves. We are dependent on something outside of ourselves to make us feel like we can do some things some days, but not other days, or whenever we feel like it. So if we kind of go a little bit further forward from that, say you've felt motivated and gotten something done, afterwards you feel the energy. So how can you kind of reverse engineer that? So once you've done something, you feel motivated. So the doing is kind of where it starts. So I always say, action cures fear. So if you think about how you get into action by setting systems and disciplines in place. So if you think about something like going into work, we don't feel like going into work every day. You don't feel like going to school every day. You do it because that's what you're accustomed to. We get up and go to work every single day, whether we want to or not, because that's the discipline, that's the system. So if you then take that idea and put it into other aspects of your life, if you want to write, if you want to paint, if you want to run or go to the gym, you just put in a discipline and that is your motivation. So easier said than done, right? Like, if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it and everyone would be getting all of the things done. So how do you get into that state of discipline? If you think about when you feel motivated to do something, you might do something one day and for the rest of the month you don't do anything, right? So you go to the gym one day, work out for like an hour, rest of the month, no gym, sit on the couch, do nothing. But if you set a system that every single day you're gonna walk for 15 minutes, not half an hour, 15 minutes every single day, what you're essentially doing is setting a system, a discipline within yourself that every single day there's something active in your life. So then even if you're not walking, and if you enjoy walking more and more, you might then start doing something else to incorporate that, and then before you know it, you've become this person that is active and that does something active every day without even thinking about it, without even needing motivation at all. In terms of being successful in whatever goal you set, if you think about motivation, it's very much outcome focused. So if you're motivated to do something, you're motivated to get fit, you're motivated to write a paper. So it's never about the process, it's always about what's at the end of the goal. So if you don't get to the end of the goal, you feel unmotivated, you kind of lose that energy. Whereas if you're looking at discipline, you're focusing on the process. So even if you don't get your paper written today, you've done 100 words, you've done 1,000 words, and that's progress. And I think that way of thinking is how you achieve more in your life, how you achieve all of your goals, because you're then focusing on what you can do, what small things you can do every single day, what actions you can take every single day to get your goals achieved. As I say, you always have a choice. So you can vote, you can choose to do something that only focuses on the end goal, and once you don't get the end goal, your energy kind of burns out. Whereas you can focus on something that is process focused, and if you make that choice, you are building your habits, you're building your goals for success. and then later on, if you needed to do something else that's different, you can always just change your process, adapt your process, and apply it to the new task. So this concept from the book The Motivation Myth really got me thinking differently about how I approach my tasks and goals. I have since then time blocking spaces in my diary for things that I want to achieve. So for example, I have been wanting to write for a long time. I started to write last year, and just kind of some of it has been like short stories, some of it's just like excerpt of stories that aren't full, but kind of small ideas that I just kind of wanted to write and just express myself. So initially I gave myself a goal of 1,000 words every day, and to be honest, I think I achieved it maybe for like 3 days, and after that I kind of just faltered into like 800 words, 500 words, down to like 100 words. And as I kept seeing that I'm falling behind and behind and behind, my motivation just kind of dissipated. I actually, maybe about 3 months into my project, I stopped writing, and I haven't really written in any kind of disciplined way at all. Whereas after I read this book, I then started time blocking into my diary a little bit of time to write every day. I didn't put any word count in. I just started writing for 40 minutes every day. And you know, sometimes I wrote a lot more, sometimes I kind of went back and forth. And what I found that after about 3-4 months, I kind of habitually started writing and didn't need any coaxing, and didn't like sit there and ponder a lot about what I'm going to write or be intimidated by the blank words, because I just started thinking, oh yeah, it's time to write, so just write anything. I found that that process actually helped me into my YouTube journey, because I'm obviously, like, as I'm making videos, I'm having to write scripts, and that habit has actually helped me to be more proactive in writing scripts every day. So even if I'm not filming every day, I'm writing scripts. So some of the ideas do get binned, some of the ideas don't make it into filming process, but some of it do. But it just means that I have an abundance of ideas, an abundance of scripts that I can look at and have the choice of doing different things. And what I'm trying to say is, had I relied on my first process of just traditional way of thinking about motivation and just gave myself a goal of writing a script or a 2,000 word script, it would have been a far more difficult task. Because I've disciplined myself to write every day, it's given me a little bit of an edge in terms of creating ideas and content that I can use in my YouTube videos. So just to recap all of that rambling, what I'm saying is motivation is in fact a myth, and it's not something that you can rely on because it's completely external, and you know, you're relying on a feeling to achieve real life goals and your hopes and dreams. The alternative is to be disciplined, is to set up systems and processes that is there to help you kind of mitigate risks of failure. So the alternative of setting up disciplines and systems is making sure that you are setting yourself up for success. You're stacking the decks in your favor, and you're giving yourself an advantage of having ample amount of ideas, having ample amount of time to create and you know, do the things that you want to do, whether it is a fitness goal, whether it is a creative endeavor, whether it is a project at work or school. Let me know if you've read the book and what your takeaway from the book was, and what goals are you trying to achieve in 2021 that you can apply discipline and system to. If you've enjoyed my video, please do like, share, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.